Hello, and welcome back to the World's RV Show, going on now at Motorhome Specialists, the #1 volume selling dealership in the world with one location. My name is Donnie O'Banion, and I'm here today with Kevin Finn, the National Sales Manager for the Coachmen Class C RV division. And Kevin's going to be giving us a walk around on one of the most popular makes and models of motorhomes in the industry today, the Leprechaun 319 DS.
Coachmen has a hidden talent here that a lot of people don't understand and a lot of people don't talk about. When these chassis actually come into the factory, they come in as just a raw chassis. Basically what we need to do is we need to stretch the chassis to get the proper wheelbases. We need to actually add in some frame rail extensions and some drive shaft extensions. Now Coachmen is one of only 2 manufacturers that are actually allowed to do this type of work right in our complex. So the benefit for the retail customer is that we know exactly what we're going to build on top of this chassis before we actually start stretching the chassis. So we know exactly what the weights and balances are going to need to be and the lengths are going to be. So along with that, not only do we stretch a chassis, beef it up in certain areas that need to be beefed up, but we also have to add a drive shaft extension into our coach. When we add a drive shaft extension, we don't just take an extension and just put it in there. What we do is we actually take the Ford chassis drive shaft off, attach the Coachmen drive shaft extension, put it in a big lathe, and actually balance them both together so it gives you the most beneficial ride out there. So you're going to notice the fiberglass running boards here on the side. We don't use just a stainless steel running board or aluminum running board on the side of the coach. Right. Make it a little bit more cosmetically appealing. We paint it along with the coach.
And it rolls up into the fender well, keeps the rock chips and stuff off this part of the off the coach as well.
Yes, sir. When we seal our cab to our actual box, we put a rubberized seal inside there. It actually, it's a little bit more cosmetically pleasing. You don't have a rubber seal on the outside of the coach, which is going to turn a different color than the rest of your coach.
Right.
So,
and especially on these full body paint units like this, the higher end units, when they've painted those gaskets, of course, over time, it's gonna crack.
Yes, sir.
You know, and it's really gonna you know, show poorly.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't take long to get that way either.
Absolutely. On the side of the coach, first, you know, we talked about it once, but take a look. This is a feature pack coach. It's going to be full body paint. Now, this is a full body paint coach with a clear coat finish on the outside of it. So it's basically an automotive type of an application. What the benefit is to the retail customer is that it's going to be a lot easier to clean. You know, you're not going to get any sort of dirt tied up into any of the pylon structures in the outside of this coach. So not only cosmetically does it look good, but it will actually last and hold up a little bit longer than just regular.
And what's behind the paint? You know, what Coachmen's doing behind the paint is superior as well to.
Well, what we do something a little bit different than most of the companies out there. When we actually build our sidewalls, we have an 1.5 inch tubular aluminum framing inside of our sidewalls. We use a block foam insulation, which is similar to a coffee cup or a cooler. We put block foam insulation in, and then the outside of the coach, where we actually laminate our fiberglass to, we use what's called an Azdel composite material. The Azdel composite material is actually will not absorb any moisture, it will not mold, it will not mildew. The Azdel composite is actually 50% lighter than Luan, which most of the other manufacturers will use. Now there is another added benefit to this. First of all, there's no formaldehyde emission with it.
Right.
Okay? So you're not going to have to worry about some of those formaldehyde issues when you walk into a coach when it's really hot outside and your eyes start burning. We use low formaldehyde emissions inside of our coach as well as our Azdel that really helps with that. You also notice that when we go inside, we're a certified green company too, certified green coach, which not only is our manufacturing, you know, certified green, but actually our coaches as well. So it's going to be low on formaldehyde emissions once again. So anybody with breathing issues.
And it's a lighter weight material as well.
50% lighter than Luan.
So especially on a coach like this, when you're talking about a larger Class C and we're loading it down with a lot of extra features you don't normally find in a coach, weight becomes an issue.
Weight becomes an issue. You're right, sir. The other thing is it's got an R2 thermal insulation factor to it. Whereas opposed to everybody else's 2-inch thick sidewalls out there that are laminated are going to be an R9 insulation. With our Azdel composite, we gain 2, so we're actually an R11 insulation factor, which down here in the heat just allows the air to stay the cooling inside the coach instead of leaking outside the coach. So
All right.
Asdale is a great product.
It really is.
So as you can see, we got the outside entertainment center here. This is going to be a 32-inch television set. We're going to have the outside stereo, which is also a DVD, CD player. And we're going to have also some video inputs there. So if the kids want to play a game out here, or if you want to attach something else to it, you can do so.
And that's an extra step that y'all are even doing over and above my Class A diesels. They don't have these extra ports and stuff they're bringing out here. I mean, you know, coaches I've got out there that are $250,000, they don't make it so easy to, you know, hook up the kids' gaming systems and things like that, which are what these are used for a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have small kids myself, so you know, we need to hook them up. So
yeah.
Going through here, you know, we got the 6-gallon gas electric water heater, which is really a great benefit for the water heater because you can fire it up as gas to get it hot right away, and then use the electric at the campground to go ahead and you know, not burn your propane.
Sure, don't have to use your LP.
To my knowledge, and we are the only manufacturer out there in a Class C that has an outside pull-out kitchen.
The big TV and stuff is rare, you know, on
Yes,
these units,
sir.
but once you get back here, this is the one thing that people just really light up about.
So this is really a great feature. I don't know about you, but every time I go camping, I got to take a table with me. And I usually take the table and I put the table in first, stack everything on top of it. And then when I land there, I have to take everything out, pull out the table, set it up, and then put everything back on it.
Right.
Well, this is real nice. All you got to do is just unlatch it, pull it straight out. You got your table already set up. You're not taking up any more storage space. You got an outside sink along with it too.
Yeah.
Now the outside sink actually drains into the holding tank, so it's not just draining right onto the ground right there. So that actually goes right into the holding tank. It comes with a Coleman grill. Just hook up your propane bottles and you're good to go.
And the sink is such a huge thing. You know, some of them will have an outside shower, but it's always on the other side, but it's an outside shower.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's to wash the dog or wash your feet off or whatever.
Right.
But this right here is, I mean, you know, just the kids not having to constantly go inside. You're running the air conditioner and actually just come out here, wash their hands before they eat, not having to go back inside the home if they don't want to.
Exactly.
I mean, it just makes a whole different experience for tailgating or when you're out at the lake. I mean, it's just
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And here's another huge benefit, you know, you got an outside refrigerator here. You know, every time that I go camping, we actually have to go and get ice every morning to fill up the cooler.
Right.
With this, you can put the sodas, the waters, the other beverages out here, so you don't have to actually fill up your cooler. So it's a great benefit.
this is an awesome coach. And then, of course, you got a power awning that covers all this up.
You do have a power awning. The power awning is a large power awning, as you can actually see. Just press of a button and it will come out or retracts.
Because this coach is going to measure, what about 31
32
feet?
feet, 31 and change, yes sir.
So that is a really big awning.
Yes sir, yes sir. Gives you a lot of camp space. You know, once again, it's covering up your key components, your outside entertainment center, so if you do get caught into a little bit of a rainstorm, put your awning out and you can be right outside just watching TV.
You got it.
So
You've got one? Ronald from Illinois was asking if you were going to build a Class C on a Ford Transit van that they had just come out with, similar to the Sprinter.
you know, that's really a good question. Right now, the only information that we've received from Ford on the Transit van is that they're going to offer it right now in 2 different GVWRs, which the highest GVWR is only a 10,300 pound GVWR. So coach like this takes a 14,500 pound GVWR. So as of right now, we're being told from Ford that the E450s out here, they're going to maintain for the Class C industry.
Okay.
So as information progresses, we'll be able to answer that, but that's about all we have.
So maybe
so
something
far.
in the future.
Maybe something in the future, but as of right now, it's E450s.
And as an industry on a whole, I mean, usually something along those lines, when something like that comes out, you're talking a year to 2 years
you're talking
minimum
a
before there would be
afterwards.
something.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yep. Kind of goes back to the coach here, Donnie. You're going to notice we got a outside ladder. The outside ladder allows you to go ahead and get up into the roof. You can do your yearly maintenance, check your seals, clean your roof, those types of things. Now our roof actually is made out of a TPO material. You know, the old roofs were made out of rubber roofs. TPO is going to be a very pliable material. It's going to come with a 10-year warranty. It has a felt backer to the back side of it. The
Right.
felt backer, actually, we have determined that makes the unit inside sound a little bit quieter than some of the other roofs out there.
Right.
So, but the key is it's still pliable, so it'll still flex with the coach as the coach is moving.
So you can get up and can you walk on the roofs
Yes,
on these?
sir.
Down the.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
great.
It's fully
So-
laminated roof.
So
Four and a half-
NASCAR fans, whatever, they want to get up on the roof, they can.
Yes, sir.
They can do it.
I just
All right.
recommend being careful. That's all. So, also on the back side of the coach, you're going to notice on the Leprechaun, the XL package, like we have shown here today, we're going to have a nice fiberglass piece back here in the back, just to give a little bezel, give a little bit more than just a laminated rear wall.
Right.
And you also notice that we use LED lighting. LED lighting is going to be a faster response. It's going to be a brighter light than what the regular incandescents are.
And the bulbs aren't going to be burning out all the time.
Yes, sir.
'Cause that's the other thing. These have a lot purer light at night too. Like I said, the
Lot
backup
brighter.
lights are what really impressed me when y'all went to the backup lights, even in the LED.
Yes, sir.
Instead of just the brake, because you can definitely tell a difference. I pull in a park. I mean, it was when it's dark at night. I mean, it was a noticeable difference.
Oh, very
in how it
noticeable
lit
difference.
the back way up as you were.
Now you're going to see here, this is just massive storage. You know, one thing that Coachmen has always been known for is our exterior storage. We have over 100 cubic feet of storage space in just about all of our models. So really is a lot of storage. This is going to be an ABS back here. So this particular material, it won't scratch. We also have weep holes inside. We have drain holes. So if you did want to just clean that out, all you got to do is just wipe that out or rinse it out, and the water will run down. We have kazoo valves inside those drains, so water won't come back up. It'll just drain down.
You know, I've even seen people use those before as like makeshift coolers.
Yes.
You know, because
yes.
you can just ice them down, throw drinks and stuff on there, and of course the water just gonna
Exactly,
run out
just
the
runs
bottom
right
of
out
it.
the bottom.
So you ain't got to pack a big cooler if you don't want to.
With all of our coaches too, we install a hitch. This is going to be a 5,000-pound hitch, and it actually has a 7-way plug attached to it. So we got that already. You got your bumper here that actually the corner pulls off, so you can store your sewage holes inside your bumper there.
Yeah. So that just pulls out, and yeah, you got a lot of extra storage in there.
Absolutely. Coming around the side here, Donnie, you're going to notice that our slide rooms here, all of our slide rooms, we use what's called a Schwintek slide system. You know, a lot of the old slides have been through a series of different types of mechanisms out there. You know, some people used electric gear driven to start off. We used hydraulic slides, then we went to cable slides. What this is actually a Schwintek slide system. There's a motor that actually is installed in the sidewall, and it actually has 2 gears running off of it. And you'll notice that there's going to be 4 contact points. You're going to have the top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. The benefit of that is that you're going to get a tight seal on all 4 corners as it goes out and as it comes in. So
it actually stays true when it's
true
going in
as
and
it
out,
comes in and
whereas
out.
the other ones would
The other ones would actually
camber. You
yes.
know, they would give you at the bottom or at the top as they came in.
Yes, sir.
So the slide stays true all the way through. So you don't got to worry about scratching the floors on the inside and
Correct.
different things like that as well.
Correct. You also don't have to worry about making your slide rooms out of square. You know, the old slide rooms always
Right.
had to have an angle to it so that the top hit first, and then the bottom would come out and try to keep the pressure going on the top. This has pressure on all 4 corners. So great benefit. Also, slide room toppers. This comes standard with all of our slide rooms. So slide room toppers are a great benefit to the customer. It's going to keep debris out of the top of your slides. It's going to keep some water out of the top of your slides. When you slide that slide room in, you don't have to worry about breaking any of your rubber seals up there, start causing some leaks in the future. So great benefit there. Outside shower. This is good for, I think as you said, cleaning the dog off or, or wiping the kids off or those types of things. So you have an outdoor shower, city water connection, potable water fill, and actually our Leprechaun actually has a black water tank flush. So it helps flush a lot of that stuff out of their black water tank.
Right, so you don't have to manually wash the tank from inside the way that you have to do. Correct. With a lot of them, you have to actually run a water hose inside the coach, and it's got sprayers, nozzles that you buy that go inside there.
Correct.
This just does it all from right here.
Does it all from right here. You actually have a cable outlet right here, so you can hook up your cable. Some people actually buy a little portable satellite system. They can hook that up there and run the satellite to the front of the coach. So do those types of things. Also on our Leprechaun, we made a little convenient area here because the sewage is underneath the coach, the dump station. We actually give this little compartment here which allows for you to have an easier access
I
to
gotcha.
it.
There's a lot easier access to it. These units are coming with heated tank pads?
Yep, all of your coaches have heated tank pads. So basically what it is, electric switch inside the coach. So if you're camping in some cold weather, just flip that electric switch on and it'll actually heat up your tanks.
Yeah, and again, we put that on everything that we buy from you.
Yes.
Because even in Texas, I mean, it's still important to those folks to just have, you know, more of an all-seasons coach, you know, because it depends on where you want to take it. You want to take a ski trip or something like that, you're going to need them.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously here's your cord for the 30 amp service inside the coach.
And then the wheels. That's something that we just recently started doing.
You did.
With you on Concords about a year ago. And we started doing with the Leprechauns, and it's really, it's been a very popular feature, actually having the real aluminum rims.
The aluminum rims, you know, first of all, cosmetically pleasing on the outside of the coach. You don't have to worry about those darn stainless steel wheel liners falling off if you hit some sort of a pothole.
Right.
And, you know, the other thing is it actually saves a little bit of weight for the customer, too. So it's actually a little bit of savings.
Right, because you don't have a steel
Correct.
wheel back in behind it. And again, on a big coach like this, when we're talking about putting as many features as we are on them.
Well, once again, we want to talk about weight.
You got it.
Yep.
Something else that we started recently doing on the coaches, besides the wheels on both the Leprechauns and the Concords, you started putting jacks on virtually all the coaches that we're ordering, with the exception of the bunk models on the
Yep.
Leprechauns.
Yep.
It's just not available on that particular model yet. That's our other floor plan, of course, that we
Right.
order the most of is the bunk. It's a very
Yep.
popular,
the
popular floor plan.
320 VH with the bunks is a very popular floor plan. You know, the nice part about the 4-point leveling system is it's all just an automatic system. Literally, you get to the campground, you press the on button, you press level, and the coach levels itself. So you don't have to take any of the blocks out there and try to do all that or crank up anything to try to keep your coach from moving, and it stabilizes the coach as well.
Sounds like I might even be able to work that one.
I think you could. Hey, Donnie, one thing that I forgot to point out here is the Ride Right Air Ride Control. These are individual Firestone airbags. Basically what this does is when you load up your coach for the first time, you know, the coach isn't going to be loaded up exactly balanced throughout the coach. So when you load up your coach for the first time, you put it on a flat surface. If you see it leaning one way or the other, or the back sagging down,
right.
You can actually put air in these airbags and blow the airbags up to try to get your coach a little bit more to level.
Right.
And you can also adjust it for the ride in the back of the coach. So as you're driving down the road, if you have a lot of weight, you might want to blow that airbag up a little bit more. If you don't have as much weight, you can take a little bit of air out of that airbag and just get a nice, softer ride. So that's a great benefit.
Really is. And that's something that is even available on certain models in the Freelander.
Yeah, we can pretty much do it on all of our Freelander models. Gonna notice the door there too, Donnie. We actually dropped our step well down, so we don't use electric steps anymore. So we dropped our step well down. We put an 80-inch door height in there, so you're not gonna hit your head as you're walking into the coach. What we found out in the field is a lot of the electric steps, they end up getting corrosion on them. The wires corrode. You might actually hit a curb and knock that step off. So,
right.
You know, by doing that, it's kind of reduced a lot of that service issues that we used to have.
And a nice big screen door.
Yep.
I'll put on it as well. We had another question just come in from Dave in Canada, and he's asking about your Class C RV units for 2013. Are they all Canadian approved? You know, basically, are they ready to go from the factory without restrictions?
Well, basically, each individual province up in Canada has different types of restrictions. So what I recommend actually is you check with your local province and find out what they need to be.
Sure.
You know, we do make a CSA type of a unit for some particular provinces that have to have CSA units.
And of course, they can just contact us here at Motorhome Specialist. If there's a particular model that you're interested in and wanting to find out if it will pass, just let us know and we can get that information to your local province and find out if that particular coach is okay.
Yep, perfect.
let's get a look at the inside of this thing.
Well, I think the first thing that you're going to notice when you walk inside this coach, the living area inside of this coach and the kitchen area is really what sells this particular floor plan. This is just a great wide open space. It's basically a Class A floor plan in a Class C product.
No doubt. And y'all have done more with this footage than any Class A motorhome that I have at the same footage right now.
Yep.
Really pulled off a lot. It's like the outside, just packed full of toys.
It's packed full of toys inside here. It sure is. First of all, look at our flooring in here. You're going to notice that we don't have carpet running into the middle of our coach, okay? This is really a key feature, and this is a lot of retail feedback that we got that implemented this change. As you all know, when you walk into the coach, if you have carpet, you're outside at the sand, you're in mud, those types of things. You're going to get the carpets to get stains on them. The other thing is when you walk in the same pattern all the time, you get a carpet wear.
Right.
So really the customers ask us to go with a flooring that doesn't do that. So what we've done is we've gone with a designer carefree flooring. Designer carefree flooring is actually going to be a product that's going to have a 5-year warranty to it. It's going to guarantee against cold cracking. So if anybody takes these things up north, just a regular type of vinyl will actually just spider crack as it gets really cold. So this product is a very good product, very durable. It's got a smooth top to it, so it's easy to take off any sort of spills, any sort of stains come right off of it.
And it's got a great look to it too. The interior fabrics that y'all have chose for 13 as well. Going with offering some of the darker leathers instead of it just traditionally. It's always been the lighter leathers that are available.
It has.
And, people are out, they're using these things, they're having a good time, and like I said, they just wear so much better. And the dark leathers are really popular right now anyways.
Sure. I'm not sure about you, but, my kids aren't the cleanest kids in the world. And when you have a lighter color here, I typically get some stains in there. So this'll hide some of the wears. This will hide some of the stains.
Sure.
Some of the other features, Donnie, you're going to notice above this sofa, which this is a jackknife sofa.
Okay.
So this will flip out and actually make a bed. But above this sofa here, we're going to have these nice cabinets up here. Now, one of the things that Coachmen does is we use all solid wood door fronts and also drawer fronts. So these are going to be all solid wood and stained. But then our stiles right here, these are going to be real lumber core stiles. Okay. Real lumber core means that it's a real wood product with a vinyl wrap on the outside of it.
Right.
We don't use that chipboard stuff that some of the other competitors will use. And we actually will pocket drill it and screw it together. So we don't use just regular staples in our cabinetry. We want it to hold up for the long run. Gonna notice this kitchen. This is what the women fall in love with in this particular coach. You got a lot of countertop space. Probably more countertop space than any other Class C out there. Obviously, you got the pop-up TV. It's going to be a 40-inch television set. Push a button, it'll go down. Then you have your window behind it. So we also wanted to give a window right there so people can see inside of their own campsite area.
And just a ton of natural light. Even even this building that
Yes.
we're in right now, just
Yes,
a ton
sir.
of natural light. You got big bay windows all around in this coach. The big mirror on the back wall just really lets in a lot of additional light.
Sure does.
And then, of course, like I said, with the TV down, you got tons of counter space in this thing.
Well,
It's
and this is a solid surface countertop too. This is going to be a molded fiberglass countertop right up here. So it's not going to be your typical laminated countertop like some of our competitors will do. When you laminate a countertop and you put a T-mold edge on the side, T-mold edge being something like this that actually just pounds into the side.
Right.
Whenever you get water that runs through that laminate and hits that T-mold, it'll just blow up that countertop.
Sure, I've
So
seen
you
it.
don't have to worry about that with this particular coach.
Like you talked about the outside walls.
Yep,
When you
exactly.
look at the pre-owns 4 or 5 years, you kind of know what your coach is
Exact
going
same
to
thing.
look like 4 or 5 years from now.
Right here, Donnie, you're going to have a AM/FM radio, CD player, DVD player. That'll control that television set. And obviously, if you look just below that, we tried to bring a little bit of the comforts of home into our coach. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I don't need a fireplace in a Class C. It's just overboard. Well, not only is it a great ambiance or a night light, if you
Sure.
prefer, but it actually is a heater if you want it to be a heater. A lot of people will actually take a little portable heater with them so they don't have to fire up the furnace at that 45, 50 degrees. You can actually just turn on your actual fireplace, turn the heater on, and it will heat your coach.
It's unbelievable how much heat they put out.
It really is.
A lot more than like you said, the portable ones that people will take with them, set them up on the countertops. And you've seen us do that here at the dealership.
Sure.
You know, just in the wintertime, just
Right.
on our display coaches. This does a far better job. And like you said, I mean, you know, you can run it year round if you just want a light.
Yep.
You don't have to turn the heat on.
Exactly.
It's a great feature. Starting to see more and more of it, but you know, this is one of the very few Class C's in the industry that's available with that.
That is correct. You know, some of the other things that we do, actually all of our drawer guides, these are all ball bearing drawer guides, going to be just like your residential drawer guides at home. You know, they're going to be full extension drawer guides, so pull all the way out. You want to talk about storage, we have tons of storage here inside this coach. You know, a lot of people ask, where can I put a trash can? Well, there you got some space for a trash can. You have more storage over here. And then obviously your overhead storage.
Oh, that's really big under there.
You have a lot of overhead storage. The other thing this coach has, Donnie, that you option with all of yours, has a convection microwave oven. So not only can a customer just use it as a microwave, but it's also a convection oven. So it'll bake those biscuits for them in the morning. It'll grill. Does a lot of different things.
And these convection microwaves that y'all are putting in them, they actually cook in half the time of a traditional oven.
Correct.
Right?
That is correct. That is correct. We just do the stovetop to allow you more storage and
Right.
use that convection oven.
Right.
You know, another huge feature is this huge U-shaped dinette. You know, this U-shaped dinette will fit, you know, 4 or 5 people pretty comfortably.
Oh, without doubt. And where the TV arrangement is in this coach, instead of it being, you know, up in the front of the coach or on a swivel, the way that they traditionally are in a Class C, with it being mounted here on the side, one of the greatest things to me to make this a great family floor plan is that you can buckle the kids up right there. They can be sitting right here going down the road. They're coloring, they're eating, they're doing whatever they want to do. But you can have the TV up.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and I mean, they can
watch
still
TV.
see it, and it doesn't get covered up by the slide-out room.
Yep.
And, you know, whether you're traveling or not, I mean, it's so easily viewable from anywhere in the coach.
Sure is. You know, another thing on the Leprechaun product, we actually have pull-out drawers underneath our dinette space as well.
That's a big, deep
so that's
slide.
a full, deep dinette slide right there. So you can access your storage pretty easily.
And I know she got a solid surface countertop here too.
Yep,
A
solid
lot of times they'll cut that corner and put a wood, or you know, they'll give
Correct.
you one for the kitchen and then it's something else. You know, they can save some money.
Correct.
But it's nice that it's got the solid surface counter over there as well.
One of the other things I wanted to talk about, Donnie, is our air conditioning. You know, Coachmen has a great air conditioning system in our coach. You're going to notice our ducted roof air, okay, in the coach. What we do is we use an AMCO air conditioning duct. So we'll actually take this piece of material and laminate it up into our roof, okay? And that's what your air duct is going to go through. You're going to notice that it has a foil edge, and it's going to actually be insulated. And when we come out of the air conditioner, we use radius ducts out of the air
So
conditioner.
it gets caught in the corners.
Correct. So it's not a 90 degree where it's trying to
Okay.
hit and try to disperse. So it's actually blowing out this way, and then it comes this way and blows out the back. So with our AMCO air conditioning duct system and our radius roof ducts, we have a 30% more airflow inside of our coach than our competitors. So it really helps cool
No,
it.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
I like how it's got the built-in duct too, to where if you wanted to, you can open it and
Yep.
just basically dump all the
dump
air
all the air
down,
straight down.
cool it down very quickly, just to get some air inside the coach. You know, especially here, like if you're storing a coach,
Sure.
you know, for any length of time, you walk inside. I mean, it's going to be 110, 115 degrees.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, it's just dump the air out, cool it down very quickly, then close it off and disperse it through the rest of the coach.
Correct. You also notice that you don't see any heat ducts on our floors.
No, that's
You
a
know,
big deal to me.
We do the heat ducts on the sides of our coaches. We don't put it on the floor. You know, one of the things with when heat ducts are on the floor, Donnie, is that it's inevitable you're going to drop something in there.
Sure.
You're going to try to retrieve it. It's going to take a little bit of time. You're going to store dirt and dust down there. So when you turn on your furnace, you're going to have all that dirt and dust coming up into the coach.
It's inevitable.
You know, I've seen cases before. People step on those those heat ducts and actually burn their feet. So with these on the side, it's just a lot better.
And of course, with the new floors that y'all are putting in them, I mean, it's just got a great look to it as well.
Sure does. You're going to notice also that we use hardwood doors, hard doors here. It's not the accordion doors. So we're not using a cheap door here to try to divide off your bedroom area or your bathroom area. So these are actually hard doors. Come on back into the bedroom. First thing you might notice, we use a 60 by 80 bed. This is a true queen bed. It's a residential queen bed. So if you have sheets at your house for a queen bed, you can take them and use them right into your RV. You don't have to go out and buy special sheets.
Okay.
You know, a lot of our competitors' units are going to be either a 60 by 74, which is an RV queen,
right,
or a 54 by 74. Okay?
Right.
So back here in the bedroom, obviously we got the ducted roof air that we talked about before. A lot of storage overhead. You can put a lot of clothes in here. We have a shirt closet here on the side. Another pull-out drawer on the sides. We actually have plugs on the side of our beds back here.
Okay.
So, you know, a customer that needs to plug in an alarm clock or a CPAP machine or something like that, we already have the plugs back here for them. Okay. And obviously this slide-out wardrobe here just gives a ton of space.
Yeah, it's more closet space than any Class C I've seen.
Yep.
Well, once you add that second slide-out room with that, and then these two side shirt closets, and then, you know, plus you got a nice sized nightstand over here on this side.
Yep.
Another drawer.
Got an area here.
Got a great place to sit down. Yeah, sit down and put your shoes on in the morning.
Back against this wall here, Donnie, we actually are backer right here to add a bedroom TV. If a customer wants to add a bedroom TV, we already have the coaxial and the plug right there, so all they got to do is screw in a mount.
Great. Nice, good sized glass door shower.
Yes, sir.
Start talking about the bath in the coach, but a good sized side aisle bath in the coach. Large medicine cabinet.
Yep. Actually give you a little bit of storage room in there, so you can actually put some towels in or some extra toiletries inside there. Donnie, I really want to show you up front here our dash, and actually one of our Coachmen exclusives is swivel seats.
Thus, you know, I've been talking about these for years, but I didn't realize what kind of an undertaking it was. I just always said, just make them swivel. Yeah. And I said, well, there's a lot involved in that.
Yeah, it actually, it took us about 1.5 years to actually get these pedestal seats approved through the motor vehicle and the pole testing and those types of things. But this is a great feature. It adds some more cross conversation, as they say, inside of the living room area here. And all of a sudden, now this cab space is usable space. Absolutely.
That's what you always lost with the Class C. You know, typically you were getting a smaller unit than the Class A gas, and then you lost your whole cab area as far as living area that you gained with the, and now that you've got all this extra space, you know, again, another seat right there where you can sit and watch TV.
Sure can. Sure can. Also, Donnie, you're going to notice here we got the backup monitor on. Backup monitor for Coachmen is going to be a color backup monitor and also an audio feed, so you can actually hear what's going on behind you. So if you have someone spotting you in the back that's saying, you know, more left, more left, more left, you can actually hear them up in front of the coach. Another feature that we talked about earlier is the side view cameras. It'll actually show you in color on the side view cameras as well.
Right.
Got a nice dash applique here. You got plenty of 12-volt up front, so if you're going to hook up a GPS system or charge your cell phone, you can do all that. And this is the jack pad. We talked about the leveling system. So basically all you do is just press the system power and press auto, and it levels.
And I like how y'all leave it on the longer cord to where, you know, you can work it from inside, but if you want to, you can step outside the coach to look underneath it before you put the jacks down.
That is exactly why we do it. Yep. Plenty of storage up here for your bottles of water as you're driving along.
Yeah, I got cup holders. I noticed cup holders even back there in the booth.
Yep.
I hadn't seen those before, but
one of the other things that, as far as I know, is a Coachmen exclusive, is this little feature right here. A lot of people will ask you, what the heck you guys got seatbelts up in the ceiling for? Well, that's a great question. Let me show you. What we actually have here is a child safety net / storage safety net. So when you put the kids up here to go to bed at night, you don't have to worry about them falling out. Okay?
Absolutely.
It's going to actually keep them in. We have a nice attachment right here for the ladder. So the ladder actually sits into something. It's not
Right.
just leaning up there. It won't just slide out. So the kids can get in and out that way.
And as you're shopping Brandsman, you would think that everybody's doing this, but they don't.
They don't.
I mean, a lot of them don't even come with ladders.
No, sir.
It's just
No, sir.
toss them up there and good luck, kids.
Exactly. And you know, that causes a lot of wear and tear on your furniture when they do that, because they're stepping on the furniture,
Right.
trying to go in and out. So, you know, we try to make our coaches last.
Put an extra window in over there as well.
Yep, give you a little bit of light up here. But, you know, some of the other features with Coachmen is, you know, when a customer purchases a Coachmen unit, they're going to get a 1 year of CoachNet. That's going to come standard with the coach. And they're also going to become part of the Coachmen family as far as our travel club. So they also get a 1 year subscription to that.
Right. And there's a lot of benefits. I mean, it's different. It's discounts at campgrounds, different lodging, fuel, just all kinds of different benefits that go with that package.
You got it.
Now, I really like the two-tone leathers and stuff that y'all put in these coaches as well.
Yeah.
You know, again, most of the time they're going to be a cloth seat, and then the Leprechaun. I mean, you not only went with the leatherette, you know, throughout the coach, but you know, two-tone them here in the seats. Put the leatherette in the cornice boards. I mean, y'all did a great job, really giving it a nice, clean look.
Well, thank you.
And a new contemporary look. 13.
We got a great team. Got a great team behind us, and you know, we continually try to strive to be the best. So,
But Kevin, I can't thank you again enough for being here.
Donnie,
Family
thank
appreciates
you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us at the World's RV Show. We'll be back after a while with a Coachmen Concord 300 TS. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.